Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you very much for being a time traveler. This is your exclusive super full moon in Cancer message. As always, keep in mind it's a collective general reading. Messages that come through today may not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means it's meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements if you don't know what they are. In the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. For Pisces, Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, card number 50, which reduces to 5. 5 is all about change, but I feel like this is a good change. Your Moonology card here is last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. And your other Moonology card is dark moon, the past. So maybe as your life is changing here, or you have this new chapter opening up, there's a need here for you to work through your feelings in regards to the past, maybe a past situation, environment, or connection that has ended or is near ending. I feel like don't allow that to hold you back from this new beginning. Okay, tell me more about this here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, card number 50. Last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. And dark moon, the past. I also noticed the dark moon, the past card has 2 snakes on it. And we just left the year of the wood snake. So whatever transpired in 2025 or prior, I think you needed to leave, or the messages, you should leave it in 2025. Because we are now in the energy of the, well, it doesn't officially start yet, calendar year wise. We're already in the fire horse here, but if we actually go by the Chinese astrology, we're not quite there yet, but we're still in the energy of it. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords, and you have the Magician, 3 of Cups, excuse me, the Moon, and the World card. Yeah, this is something here that's coming to an end. You have the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. I get this, I don't know, I don't want to say sneaky suspicion, but I get the feeling here you've been manifesting this ending. Maybe you're doing it consciously, maybe you're doing it subconsciously, but you have been hoping or praying to some degree about putting something in the past and leaving it there. Okay, 6 of Pentacles to the 3 of Cups. Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, towards happiness, union, harmony. Tell me about the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Swords, and we have the Devil card. Well, I like this because this is happening now in the energy of Cancer. So there is something here. You are moving on from something. Possibly it was toxic to you, but it's taking effort to move on from this. But I feel like you're being urged at this time or supported at this time. 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I don't think you can see it yet, but you're being urged or ushered away from something or someone that was toxic. And it might not have been, or maybe it's not the easiest path for you. Like sometimes it's easier to stay in toxic situation, environments, or connections than it is to actually find our way out of them. But you are being encouraged at this time to put in the effort, to put in the work, to move on from this. And then in that respect, the Devil card, this would be more of like a high vibrational Capricorn energy here, like being determined to succeed, determined to move forward. 3 of Cups. I feel like this is what you're moving towards. Happiness, harmony, community. Some of you could be relocating. World card to the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, a card of movement. You could be 4 of Wands, contemplating. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you are receiving an intuitive hit that you should visit somewhere or move somewhere or relocate, I would listen to that. Because I feel like in that respect, there's a new community, a new residence waiting for you. Okay, 3 of Cups, clarified by 6 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Death card. So you are being encouraged at this time. So again, if you're feeling that intuitive nudge to move on from situation, environment, or connection that's been heartbreaking, possibly toxic, replete with betrayal or something like that. If you're feeling that intuitive nudge, like it's time to move on from it, you're not wrong. I would pay attention to your intuition. You are one of the most highly intuitive signs. For others of you, you've been like hoping and praying for this ending. You've actually been like looking forward to it. And so this could be a relocation in terms of house and home. This could be leaving a toxic love, like a romantic partnership, and then moving towards someone else, whether you know them or not. Definitely could be leaving one job environment for another. You're on the move. The Piscean collective is on the move, leaving something behind in their past, almost like moving towards the unknown, like the great wide open. Okay, the Moon and the King of Swords. Work through your feelings. I think it's a very emotional time for you, even though maybe, like I said, some of you have been hoping or praying or manifesting or working towards ascending. There's still a lot of emotions that come up with leaving behind this person, place, or thing. King of Swords. Tell me why the King of Swords is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The King of Swords is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Eight of Swords. There's something here. I have a twofold message. For some of you, that King of Swords could be representing the individual that you're moving on from. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be. Someone who's rigid, someone who's cold, emotionally abandons you, maybe tried to financially deplete you as well. Could be the job that wasn't paying you fairly. I feel like whatever it was, that first part message is like this connection left you very wounded. It also altered your view of what the Ten of Cups should be for you, because I think at some point this person, place, or thing fit into that. Like you thought this job you would be at for a long time would make you happy, or this community group that you volunteer in was like the end all be all, you know what I mean? Or maybe this was a marriage or a long-term partnership. But I feel like it got so difficult and there was so much betrayal that it left you with like a skewed view. So yeah, for some of you, that King of Swords is representing the individual, or I'll just say entity, that you're moving on from. And for others of you, this is a reminder for you to work through your feelings of leaving behind this. Because if you don't work through your feelings, it's possible you can become very rigid and cold because of, you know, you're so wounded here and so neglected and abandoned and having to start over, that it's possible you get too rigid or too cold. And then in the future, it becomes increasingly difficult for you to achieve that 10 of Cups. So take that message, how it resonates for you. And maybe for some of you, it's a little bit of both. Okay. But the Moon card, you know, does represent feelings. The Moon rules our emotions. So tell me about the Moon card here. There is a new opportunity after this closes out. The marriage, the relationship, the volunteerism, you know, whatever this has been for you, because I see the Three of Cups. So the family group, the friend group, the love partnership, there is a new opportunity that comes in. I just don't think you can see it right now. Tell me about the Moon card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Moon is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower. There's something here about if you don't work through these feelings, you can become so rigid, right? The King of Pentacles, not a very warm energy. Queen of Swords, not a warm energy. King of Swords, not a warm energy. So there is something here like, is this transforming your life? Absolutely. Is it putting you on a new path? Absolutely. When it transforms you, you can allow it to transform you in a positive way, or you can allow this experience to transform you in a very cold way. Because if we notice, like, then the emotions are blocked here. We don't have King of Cups, Queen of Cups, you know, we don't even have King or Queen of Wands here. So there is something here about processing this ending and processing all of those feelings. Otherwise, you can come out of this, yeah, you're going to be transformed, but not necessarily for the better. You'll be rid of whomever, whatever this is, but in terms of your heart chakra, it'll be quite closed off. And that last quarter moon in Aries, I think it's important that you do this before Aries season. So I don't think this is expected of you like today. And I say that because the Tower is represented by Pluto, and Pluto is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. However, the original ruler of Scorpio was Aries. And so I think the transformation here is happening in your life. And over the course of the next couple of months, it's important for you to work through these feelings as you're working through this ending and starting this new chapter here in your life. Don't allow it to make you bitter. And we'll definitely look to see what this is here. So the Magician. Tell me about the Magician energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician is clarified by the, now we see it. Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So some of you are already manifesting. Not only did you manifest this ending, but you're already manifesting the new. You're manifesting the new relationship, the new partnership, the new job, the new business partner. That is new. Someone who is in sync with you, someone you can collaborate with, someone you find very attractive. Again, I don't know who this person is to you, but you're coming out of one ending and quickly manifesting the new. In fact, many of you are manifesting the new while you're also working to close this out. I think if this is a love relationship for you where you're closing out one, I would be a little careful about immediately entering a new relationship. Because if you have not worked through your feelings, it's quite possible this individual, who very well could be a good match to you, King to the Queen of Wands, the connection itself becomes a little bit of a rebound, and it may not last. It may not last. And under different conditions or, different circumstances, it would last, But if you don't work through these feelings, you could be bringing the emotional wounding or emotional baggage, if you will, into the new connection. So you might scrutinize the new partner based upon what the last partner did. You know what I mean? So if that is what's happening here for you, you're exiting one relationship and you're wanting a new one. I mean, I'm not telling you not to enter a new connection, but the advice here is you're going to have to work through your feelings beforehand. Otherwise, you're starting off this relationship, which is hot and spicy and has the potential to go to distance, because the Ace of Pentacles is the potential to get to the 10 of Pentacles. But if you don't work through your feelings, I think it could very well sabotage the connection. Yeah, and then when I split the deck, I get Emperor to the 5 of Cups. So this could very much be a divine counterpart of some kind for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will last if you're bringing in the emotional wounding from the past connection. The World. Tell me why the World is here. Tell me why the World is here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World is clarified by the 7 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. That's what I mean. When this new soulmate comes into your life, into your energy, there's something here about that passionate new creative beginning. Again, I don't know if this is your business partner, the new boss, the new friend, a friend group. I don't know who or what it's representing. It could be new love for you as well. Do you see how it almost becomes an energetic block with that 7 of Wands to the Ace of Wands? Meanwhile, this is a true soulmate pair for you here. Again, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. So you could sabotage it if you don't heal those wounds. We go from the Sun card. Remember, we saw the Emperor before. Now we have the Emperor. So we go from the Sun card of so much potential, and it could be so happy, right to the 4 of Cups. So there's definitely something here about working through your feelings, processing this ending. This could even be where you've had a job or a long-term commitment coming to an end. Work through your feelings, because even if you are in a current partnership and everything's going well in it, it could still affect this partnership. You could become moody, or you could be, you know what I mean, become very emotional. And it could very well, you could be taking things out on your partner. So this even applies for those of you, you're currently in a connection, everything is wonderful, but you have something else you're closing out with work or family. I would still be mindful to work through those feelings so you're not necessarily blocking forward movement in your new connection. Because especially when we're we're dating or we're married or we're sharing residence with someone, that person is our ride or die, right? In that moment that we're with them. And when we have that deep level of affection for someone, it's very easy to take out on them what we're feeling, because they're comfortable. They're like home. You know what I mean? So you could maim this connection if you don't work through the feelings of whatever closed out. So maybe you're stopping, you're going to stop talking to a toxic parent, and here's your love interest, a new one or a past one. And it's like, clean that up emotionally so you don't take it out on this person. because I think what you don't see is, first of all, if you're single, you're leaving behind whomever this is, even if this is like a job, whatever it is you're leaving behind. If you're not immediately replacing it with something else, there is something new. I don't think you can see it, but there are a lot of options and choices and soulmates on path for you. And one in particular is like a perfect match, especially if you're looking for love. So again, clean that up before maybe you re-enter the dating world, or resolve those feelings, you know, as you enter this new job. Don't bring that with you. Don't start comparing the new job to the last job, or the new boss to the last boss, something like that. For others of you, there's a feeling here like maybe you are already, like I said, in the connection. Maybe you want to get married to this person one day, or you already are. The weight of this, whatever this is, could negatively impact the connection. Even though you might be watching this right now and say, no, but we're solid. You're solid. But when that closes out, you might take out aggression out on this person. And I would definitely be mindful about rebound connections at this time. Because if, again, I don't want to see you jeopardize what looks like a pretty solid soulmate connection here for you. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Yeah, all things in time. Make sure you're healed and be patient. I wanted to look at that Knight of Cups. So let me clear up this. So your message basically is work through all the feelings in respect to whatever's closing out here in the past. So it does not affect your closest partnerships in your life, whether they're romantic or not. And if you're single, make sure you heal all that wound so you don't have it negatively impact your next connection. Knight of Cups. Here's this offer. Tell me about this offer, this opportunity. Yeah, I get this feeling some of you are being called to relocate or move. I would look into that. I would start researching that place or that area of the world, or I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. Some of you are being called to move in the wake of this ending. All right, tell me about the Knight of Cups, this offer or opportunity here coming in for the Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Knight of Cups, clarified by the Six of Swords, Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Star. Well, it is part of your wish fulfillment. And it's, like I said, as you're moving away, that Six of Swords came up for this energy here that you're moving on from this individual or whomever or whatever they are. So yeah, as you're moving in, as daylight breaks, right, because we're going from darkness, from a difficult period, and we're coming into the light, right? Universal light here with the Temperance energy. There is something more uplifting here. So you are making your way towards your wish fulfillment. Three of Wands, Nine of Wands. So you're a little wounded and weary, not to laugh at you upon arrival, but it looks like your ship here is coming in. Your offer, your opportunity is coming in. Anything else Pisces needs to know about that offer or opportunity? I think it will help to better balance you, balance out your life. If this is a romantic partner, they are being brought in by Archangel Michael. And take a peek at that and put it back in. Five of Wands and the Page of Cups. That landed right on that Six of Swords. So it's like the new opportunity comes in while you're leaving some type of chaos or conflict or chaotic connection. Anything else Pisces needs to know about that Knight of Cups? One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups, clarified by the Moon, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Why do I feel like you're... I don't know why. This is probably for one of you watching. I don't mean to laugh at you. I don't know why I get this feeling like you've had to be very devious or sneaky when it comes to moving away from this person. And I don't know what that is. Maybe you hid money, something like that, to save money to leave them. Or you found another job. This could be like the new job. There's something sneaky you're doing. You're doing this in the energy of the moon. So it's like when this comes in, you're not telling a lot of people about it. So you're not telling people maybe you're considering moving, or you're not telling people that you have a new job offer. You're not telling people that you're dating someone new, or your relationship's going a higher level of commitment. For those of you like you're currently in a connection, maybe you're being proposed to, or you're proposing to the person. But I don't know why you feel the need that you have to hide it, or you have to not tell everyone about it. And then for one of you watching, it's like you're leaving this with, like, I don't want to say you're stealing, but in a very covert way. I'll just say it that way. In a very covert way. Tell me about that Seven of Swords. Just curious. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you're thinking of relocating, you've had this ending, I don't know, maybe your marriage ended or something, and you don't have a lot of family or friends, maybe just got a couple, you might just pick up and move. Not even tell anyone where you're going. And that might be something you start thinking about now, but you don't actually implement for another year or two. But I get the feeling, whatever this new opportunity is, you're not telling anyone about it. You're moving towards it in silence. And there's definitely something here about not wanting this entity to know or something like that. Seven of Swords is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Tower, and the Two of Cups. Eight of Cups. And I just happened to put it right there, which was where the cards were for that person, place, or thing you're leaving behind. So yeah, you're planning to move, to relocate, to enter a relationship, and you're not letting anyone know about the new partnership, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. You're not only leaving the past in the past, you're not allowing the past to have any access to your future or any knowledge of where you're going or what you're planning or your relocation or anything like that, because the Two of Wands very well could be future planning. And especially if this is a connection-based reading, I don't see you telling this person that you walked away from, that you're walking towards your Ten of Cups. All right, let's get you 3 cards of advice. So I just think your biggest message here is to work through your feelings so it does not corrupt or injure or maim this new connection. And like I said, whether it's professional, you know, platonic, or romantic. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups, which is what you are moving towards. Happiness, harmony, friendship, and yes, for some of you, a new community. 3 cards of advice here for Pisces. 3 cards of advice here for Pisces. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. We have the Queen of Cups, we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Temperance shows itself again. There's definitely something here, because this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, right? Queen of Cups. There's definitely something here about you working on this heartbreak or the feelings or the disappointment or the resentment or the anger or sadness, whatever you have tied to whomever, whatever you're leaving in the past. There's a need here for you to, one, be patient with yourself. Strength card also talks about compassion. And there's something here, and the Queen of Cups is the most compassionate queen. So there's definitely something here about, as you move towards this new beginning, that Archangel Michael is bringing in. There's that Page of Cups, which holds the Ace of Cups that the Knight is delivering. And in this deck, we saw the Page of Cups before. So yeah, as Archangel Michael is bringing in this new opportunity. You have the Two of Wands here again, the Lovers, the Nine of Cups. I mean, you have something really great coming your way. There's definitely something here about you healing the sorrow or the heartbreak or the grief, rejection, anger, all of that stuff. And it might take a lot out of you, like emotionally speaking, to process all those feelings. But I think it'll be very beneficial for your new chapter, your new relationship, or just your current relationship. For those of you currently in a connection, I think it'll be very beneficial if you can work through these feelings so it doesn't affect the brand new start here that you have. That is what I have for you, Pisces. That is your super full moon in Cancer message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.